Cheers, guys. I'm Epix911. This is VR Roundup, episode 17. It is also launch day for Fallout 4 VR, a game many of us have been waiting a hell of a long time for. Actually was a playable yesterday, 8 p.m. Atlantic time for me, 7 Eastern. And by now, you probably heard of the issues. In fact, this is take 12. All first 11, I included my workaround because they hadn't announced it yet. Apparently now it is working, but it was extremely blurry for HTC Vive users, at least a lot of them. I don't know if it was everybody. Had something to do with DPI resolution. We had this workaround, which worked. But the irony at the time was, guys, that I had heard Rift works. Take the check mark off Steam VR beta, load it up, which I wanted to do to see graphically if the Rift one had that same issue. The irony being, no, it didn't. So they go through all that political crap, and at the end of the day, basically shoot themselves in the foot and have the other version look better. Go figure. Make it work all across the board. Come on, guys. Anyways, happy to say that appears to have been fixed now. The immersion, absolutely freaking fantastic. The best Fallout 4 has ever played, in my opinion. That whole sequence, running to the vault, the nuclear strike, so much more urgent, so much more immersion. And that scene where your baby is taken and your wife shot, I'm assuming that's not a spoiler, it's part of the beginning tutorial. Way more impact. And dead meat, man. If it bothered you guys when something happened to dead meat on a 2D screen, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till it happens in VR. It's like gut-wrenching. He is your pet. It's awesome. Can't wait. There's going to be a quick look on that at some point within the next couple of days. Got to share that with you guys as a quick look. It's pretty good so far, and it's going to have lots of hours of gameplay, gamepad support supposedly coming out, and mod support as of last night. Haven't verified this yet today. Apparently mods that are vanilla compatible do work. If that's true, that will be freaking fantastic. So with that said, guys, let's get on to the next story. Also taking place yesterday afternoon, TPCast for Rift pre-orders. This is for both Canada and the US, running out within just a few hours, even at the price of $350 US, which is a pretty hefty price tag. Only available currently via TPCast's website either way. So there's no other vendors where you can purchase this from. Apparently, though, European pre-order availability is still healthy. They're still available. Both North America and Europe are going to start shipping those pre-orders next week. That according to Road to VR. Just a heads up, guys, that European TPCast works out to about 460 US, so 350 pounds, 390 euros. But it does include all the accessories, the wireless transmitter, receiver, router, power module, battery, cables, etc. And next up, a movie, Speed Kills VR, announced earlier this month. It's going to be an episodic but full-length feature VR film starring John Travolta of Pulp Fiction fame. Unfortunately, that's also the John Travolta of Battlefield Earth infamy. So we can only guess which John we're going to get. The film itself exists as a non-VR version, and the VR version even has a whole different distribution channel. The VR version produced by Hannibal Pictures. Top Dog VR contributed to the 360-degree technology. In fact, when they filmed this, they used drones with 360-degree cameras simultaneous to the traditional camera. So they filmed it all in one go. There's going to be a proprietary app that you need to view this. It's free, and it'll be launched later this month of December. As we hear more, I'll let you guys know. In this story, in what appears to be longer than just an Amazon daily deal, the online retailer clawing back the price of the Oculus Rift back to its Black Friday price tag of $350 US. So that's the Rift and the Touch bundle. Currently, Amazon appears to be the only retailer offering this. Best Buy, Oculus, Newegg, etc., all the usual suspects, still listing it at $400 US. And not to be excluded, over on the HTC Vive side of things, a deal that looks pretty good. Amazon matching the Black Friday price as well. That's $600 US. And again, you get the deluxe audio strap, the Vive, of course, with the lighthouses, Fallout 4, tilt brush. That was the Black Friday deal. Now throwing in a $100 Amazon gift card in addition to that. Unfortunately, unlike the Rift deal, this one does appear to be an Amazon deal of the day. So you had your eyes on a Vive for a really good deal. There you go. Making the rounds last couple of days, a new trailer for Ready Player One. That is the Spielberg movie take on the popular Ernest Cline book. It's going to hit theaters March 30th. The trailer details the Easter egg hunt in quite a bit of detail. You also get to see where the movie deviates from the book in a few spots. Not going to spoil that for you in case you haven't seen it, but we do get to see the Oasis avatars in a lot more detail. And to me, I don't know what you guys think, but they looked an awful lot like Final Fantasy 15 characters, that kind of design aesthetic. You also get to see a really cool scene for haptic touch feedback. There's someone touching the main character's chest, and you can see his wetsuit-like device that he's wearing light up where he's being touched. Very cool. Also today, Google announcing a partnership with Sharp, which will see them developing LCDs capable of VR performance that's normally associated with OLEDs. VP at Google, Clay Bavor, he revealed a research and development project that hopes to take VR displays, as he says, to the next level. There's a video of this being discussed available via the link in the description below. The hype train, full speed ahead on this, as you probably can tell. Capable, apparently, 20 megapixels per eye, and Bavor indicates that would take it beyond Michael Abrash's prediction, which was 4K by 4K per eye by 2021. Color me a bit skeptical. We have absolutely no proof of this other than his word, which is essentially that he's seen these in the lab with his own eyes. And he goes on to say that it's a huge step in the direction of eventually matching the limits of human vision. So hopefully we get some more details on that. He ends it by saying the Captain Obvious statement that 20 megapixels per eye at 90 to 120 frames per second won't be without challenges. And then this last story. At the beginning of the year, if you were paying attention to VR news, you may remember me or someone else talking about the haptic gloves that had full gesture support that Sony was working on for their PlayStation VR. And then at some point they were canceled. And I've also said multiple times that patents often get created more out of a legal necessity than really being followed up. In fact, most times there is no follow-up, but there's a lot of patents. Well, perfect example of that is with this project. There's a few patents floating around, link in the description below. You can check it out if you're interested in how they looked. My guess, a little bit shy maybe perhaps because of the bad history of gloves as accessories. They tend to not fare too well. Power glove, case in point. But you got to think, at some point, especially if it's a good glove and it's not cumbersome, somebody is going to have to be daring enough to flush that history and come up with something. Well, guys, that is it for VR Roundup episode 17. Expect, like I said, a Fallout 4 VR quick look within the next few days. Can't wait to go play it some more. Hell of a lot of fun. As always, cheers, guys.